According to a widely shared tweet from Mo, a well-known rap lawyer for workers, Durk's lawyers just submitted the sneakiest bond proposal I've ever seen. He will actually be released before Grand Theft Auto 6.
Lil Durk case, his lawyer Drew Finling not giving up on the application for a bond. Now, they were denied last week by a magistrate judge. In federal court, you have a magistrate judge and a district judge. The district judge is on top of the magistrate judge. So if the magistrate judge denies you, you can ask the district judge to take a look at it. That's what his lawyers are doing here. I think this is a good decision because, quite frankly, in front of the magistrate judge who denied Lil Durk, Drew Finling could have pulled a rabbit out of a hat and that magistrate judge would have remanded the rabbit. You have to consider the fact, and I hope the district judge will, that this case, as pled several months ago, has been significantly watered down in terms of how it's being pled against Durk, where you used to have an allegation that we, the government, are going to prove to you exactly who he paid the bounty to. Now the government's saying, oh, we're not going to be able to do that.
Ethermarm claims that the substitute judge immediately denied Durk's request because his case was blatant murder for hire. Nonetheless, the events of his first bond hearing will lead to his release on his second try as it begins.
Update on Lil Durk. He had his bond hearing today. He looked good. He looked like he was in good spirits. No crazy weight gain or anything like that. He looked good. The judge was on the same vibes she was on last time, which is that, wait, they're saying murder for hire. They're saying you put bounties up. They're saying you ordered. They're saying I'm saying that's going to be no bond. There's basically no argument you can make to this judge in a murder for hire case to get a bond. Is that the prosecution's case has taken two major hits. One, the prosecution has had to abandon their allegation that he rapped and celebrated about this murder, that he put these lyrics out talking about, oh yeah, I got you, you out here screaming no, no, crying in the street. Prosecution had to back away from that allegation. It was proven false. They need that allegation.
Thus, the prosecution will refute its own evidence against him and let the judge know that they will no longer use the lyric evidence against Lil Durk. Instead, they will pursue a different strategy that will lead to his release.
The allegation they backed away from, which is huge. It shows the weakening of the case. Previously, the prosecution had alleged that Durk paid the bounty for through one of his co-defendants, and they named the co-defendant. Now they've backed off that allegation. They're not actually saying that Durk paid the bounty through the co-defendant or anyone else. And the fact that they're not saying that suggests that previously they thought they were going to be able to prove that he paid the bounty through this guy, and now they know we're not going to be able to prove that he paid the bounty through this guy.
The press release said, Lil Durk is now facing a new charge in his murder for hire case after being hit with a second superseding indictment yesterday. While the prosecution's case is weakening because they can no longer use Durk's lyrics, the statement says, a California grand jury indicted Durk, born Durk Banks, on Thursday. The rapper now faces a new charge of stalking, resulting in death in connection with the passing of Quando's cousin. The prosecutors have removed any mention of the song's lyrics, which, fortunately, prosecutors have removed any mention of Durk's murder from the lyrics of the song on the most current indictment. One count of conspiracy, one crime of carrying and discharging guns and a machine firearm in possession that caused death, and one count of using interstate facilities to commit murder for pay were among the charges laid against Durk. Because of this, Lil Durk's lawyers have already submitted the required paperwork for the second bond hearing. However, did you know that Durk's lawyer called the case a joke because the government only had lyric evidence against him, and they recently declared they wouldn't even use that?
The case is as follows. So there was an indictment that did not name him, right? It named others, and then there was an unindicted person. And then 3 weeks later, that indictment was what's called the first superseding indictment, and it does name him. The indictment was identical, except the unnamed person now became Durk Banks. And this is the really important part, Ak. The second indictment, what's called the first superseding indictment, only had one new fact. It had one new fact, and that was it alleged that there was a video by Durk that celebrated and monetized this.
Since there isn't much evidence against Lily, Durk, his attorney Drew, would then ask about the tracks from the rap industry that the federal government intended to use against him. These songs are so old, he found, that they should not even be used against him.
We got the indictment, we noticed, and we started hearing from people in the music world. People are like, this doesn't really make sense. That song, those lyrics were done a long time before that. I mean, we were hearing it from all different directions. We were hearing it from studio people. We were hearing it from people that wear suits to work every day, executives.
Exactly, yep.
And so we were like, we got to get to work here. We got to figure this out.
All of this led Durk's lawyer to declare categorically that they wanted to fight until the end. But given the additional accusations, this would not be the best course of action. Because of this, when academics would ask Durk if he would take a plea deal, his lawyer would reply, "Absolutely not. We're going all the way."
You know, likelihood of a plea. I think a lot of people have seen like this seems like it's a do or die thing. This is kind of like it's going to be like a 1 or 0 type of situation. You're either are or you're not. Is Durk, from your understanding, or you as a lawyer right now, as his criminal attorney, are you open to possible conversations about plea deals? Are you thinking, no, we're going all the way? Would you entertain it, just entertain it, because that's your job to listen to it and maybe present it to Durk, or that's just off the table?
It's a conspiracy commitment case. It's an all or nothing case, and he did not participate in a conspiracy to commit. And so there is no alternative. It's a life sentence, potential life sentence. So this case is going to go to 12 people.
They are going to great lengths for one reason, by asserting that everything Lil Durk does online and in his music is an expression of his First Amendment rights. Durk's lawyers are using this as leverage to win the lawsuit.
There's a First Amendment argument here, right? That this violates the First Amendment. Can you talk about that?
Right, for sure. I mean, I'm expressing myself. I can say the things that I want to say in a rap record or any kind of record. And you could go back and there's country records and there are pop records and there are R&B records that talk about all kinds of things. It's just that there's this notion that with hip hop, quote, glorifying violence, that suddenly now we're going to use these things to prosecute them. But does that mean that the free speech, First Amendment has gone away? No, absolutely not. He can absolutely rap about what he wants to rap about, and that doesn't mean just because the story is...
Because it looks great in the eyes of Durk's lawyers. Similar to Young Thug, he will be released, according to other lawyers online.
We've seen it happen quite a bit. I don't know that I'd say it's been persuasive. I think the biggest example we look at is Young Thug down in Atlanta. They took a lot of his lyrics, and even though technically speaking, ultimately they got a conviction, he actually walked out on time served. Most of the people that were prosecuted didn't end up being convicted, and I don't think anybody would call that prosecution a successful prosecution. And so, you've got freedom of speech issues. Does it mean that just because I'm saying something in a rap song, it typically is a rap song, does that mean that I actually did something? And this is an extra interesting twist here because Lil Durk's attorney is saying, well, this song was actually released months before.
However, these new Lil Durk charges could...
However, these fresh accusations against Lil Durk could completely alter the situation. Give an explanation. They did offer the most startling coincidence evidence yet, such as Durk's rapping lyrics, which depict her seeing her son cry "no" on the TV, while Quando was seen yelling the same word on the...
Search is on for 3 people who police say at a Savannah rapper, a member of his entourage. It happened in Los Angeles and cameras captured the aftermath.
This man, a passenger in that car, frantic at the sight.
After reviewing the court documents, it raises the question of how much evidence they have against Durk and whether they can just throw out further evidence. One thing that people forgot is that more than 230s. The FBI is currently processing gigabytes of digital evidence, including surveillance footage and audio and video recordings in 20,000 pages of reports for discovery because it all came from an informant named Jam. A court update said, the feds believe Lil Durk paid to deal with these 2 individuals. First, Stefan Mack, who took Lil Durk's brother Dang, and second, F Jam's baby mum, who died after Lil Durk's death. Then Durk realized he had a wire on. Lil Durk is currently facing 2 more murder trials, and the feds believe Jam has the key to his incarceration for all 3 murders. Nickname because during an Instagram live, Durk noticed that Jam was using a wire jam to hold the top of his jacket while whispering in it.
I ain't gonna lie, my whole dream changed. I ain't gonna lie, like back in the day. Oh, my! You need to check on your man. I heard you got his head. Yeah. I ain't gonna lie, man. Hey, when I was growing up, I was having a dare. Architect. I'm having a dare.
Lil Durk said in an interview months before his arrest that he had been playing 3D chess the entire time and that he was aware Jam would put up with his odd behavior.
I see shit from a mile away.
I don't think people realize that.
I can have a conversation with you for 5 seconds and know your is gonna cooperate.
10. Durk then complains about how he no longer communicates any information with anyone, including his friends, and that he doesn't even let people know where he lives, which shows how depressed he is. Jam was taken into custody.
Nobody is ever allowed to my house. It be our best friend never been in my house.
For real?
I promise.
Your best friend?
Promise. Like, it's people like that I just don't allow around my girl and my kids, cause it's like I'm just a different type. I'm not the. We have family night at Durk house tonight. It's the. You gotta watch.
Everybody at Durk's crib.
Yeah, we gotta. Everybody getting watched. We gotta watch everybody. Hey, you go too. They go too close to them kids. You know what to do. Like, that's how I play. Like, I don't play.
Take note of the people in the backdrop of this Instagram live feed. In case you were unaware, Jam is the same person to whom Durk gave $50,000.
What's his name, bro? Steady crying, huh? He's steady crying. Feed him. Feed him. Get in the milk, bro. Get in the milk so baby mama get the tripping, bro.
You see that?
Feed
for my
him.
baby. That's really how y'all hold y'all babies, ain't it? I gotta hold my money like this. This too much. Crazy though. My sitting up there doing all this. Sneak this and internet games and all this. Up some money, do something. Like, we winning, bro. I can do it. Whatever it is I want to do, I can do it. Not what I want to do what I want. Y'all can't do that, bro. Goof.
Bro got out what?
You know that
How many you did all?
How many years I did it now?
Yeah. That's your last bit. 12?
12.
That boy popped out 12 years.
Yeah.
So much money. We really just get in order to just figure out the lanes, man, boy.
The first indication that Jam was spying was that the same people were out shopping for gems with King Vaughn were also in the background of the entire Instagram live
Solitary
They
stone.
big
We just looked at him.
Let's
go over there.
What up, bro?
Boss, you good? My boy. Let's go.
They got real in here, man, because he just stepped in. The money man just stepped in.
The men who were shopping for gems with Vaughn and in the Instagram live are now all in jail, ready to stand trial alongside Lil Durk. And Durk is being implicated in another murder case. In this Instagram story, Durk writes, "For damn it." Indeed, this was posted half an hour after Stefan Mack's passing, and the following day, Lil Durk can be seen laughing in this Instagram.
You can't see us, what? What? Tweak on the folks. Hey, somebody always said, slap car. Somebody always said, slap car.
Nevertheless, DJ Academics' stream helped the feds obtain more proof, which basically states that Durk asserts all of the Lil Durk's offenses, along with the names of his albums and songs, gave the police all the information they needed to make an initial arrest.
2020 Vaughn, 2021 his brother dies. 2022, the niggas who his brother, they get clapped. The two Vaughn, at least a cousin of theirs get clapped. 2023, he drops an album, I'm almost healed. You ever think about that, Chad? It's like poetic. 2020, Vaughn dies. 2021, his brother dies. 2022, get back for both those situations. 2023, I'm almost healed. Crazy.
The claim that members were snitching against Lil Durk was first based on police documents that show there is just one snitch, who is allegedly Jam. In reality, though, Durk was betraying himself.
No motherfucker know what's going on, but them people that's in them courtrooms, man. For real, for real. Them be false accusations. Y'all don't even know what the be going on, for real. Y'all really be trying to play Inspector Gadget and all this. Y'all just be weird as hell. That's what I be talking about, man. Like, first y'all threw the jams rumors out there. Now y'all talking about money a snitch, gang. A snitch on what? Y'all don't even really know what's going on, for real. On my kids, y'all really just be running. And that's why I don't participate in nothing that got to do with nothing illegal. Because of you motherfuckers, y'all be trying to get them put under the G.
It's not all terrible for Lil Durk, though, because a lawyer would be able to anticipate when he would be allowed to leave.
It all depends on the hunger of the U.S. attorney and the AUSA that's involved. And if they want this individual badly enough, they'll make very attractive deals for these individuals. What does a very attractive deal look like? I think they go for the lowest hanging fruit. Whoever, didn't actually guy, maybe someone that was involved that didn't actually, or someone that, but it didn't hit, they're going to have forensics. Yeah. So they'll take whoever is the least culpable, and I think that they'll approach him and make a deal with him, that'll be the most attractive. And if that guy doesn't make a deal, they'll move on to the next guy. So usually that's what happens, right? You go for the lowest hanging fruit first, the guy that you think will flip, the guy that didn't really have that much involved.
Then it would be announced. Unless someone testifies against him, I'm cautious to claim they have a slam dunk case against Durk Banks, says Bradford Cohen, Kodak Black's attorney, who thinks Durk has a chance to prevail in the retribution case with King Vaughn and Quando Rondo. I believe they possess.
When it comes to Durk Banks, so far I've seen one text that says, don't have them associate my name with any kind of flights that they're taking. Certainly that's not a good text, but is that the only text? Because that doesn't, that in itself doesn't stand on its own. Certainly it's circumstantial. But like I said, we have to wait and see what other evidence they have. If they have a snitch, if they have videotapes or audio tapes of him saying something, I think that's a lot different than, hey, just make sure you don't associate my name with these guys. So I'm hesitant to say that they have, a slam dunk case on Durk Banks.